We now bring on board Mr. Adi Godrej, Chairman of the Godrej Group. Mr. Godrej, it's indeed a pleasure, if I may add, a rare pleasure to have you on ET Now. Thank you for joining us. Now, NDA 2, if early leads are to be believed, it is coming back. What do you think this means for corporate India and more importantly for a sector, your sector, consumer sector, which is going through a slowdown, and I think the slowdown is visible?
No, I think it's a very good signal. The same government is coming again. It will lead to more reforms, and I think the market should do well, and I think the economy should do very well.
That big reform which you are personally excited about, which you think NDA 1 implemented, but we will definitely see fruits of it in NDA 2. And do you think purely in terms of policy implementation and benefits of policy implementation, NDA 2 will do better than NDA 1?
I think so, because now they will know which policies are working well. They have a strong parliamentary majority like NDA 1 did, and I expect the economic situation to further improve.
But Mr. Godrej, wanted to understand a little more deeply as to what exactly is happening with this entire slowdown that one is witnessing. I mean, you could blame it on the rural distress, but most segments of the consumption sector, be it autos, be it consumer staples, FMCG that is, are really facing the heat right now, and that's lasted for a good 4 to 5 months now. Do you think the government is going to take some urgent steps to try and stem this consumption slowdown?
Yes, I think the government will intervene. I think they will take many steps to see that GDP growth improves. One of them is taxation. Our corporate tax rates are some of the highest in the world. They need to be brought down. The government had in fact promised that the corporate tax would be brought to 25%. They have done it for smaller companies, but they have not done it for larger companies. I think that's a very important move, and there will be many other moves that will help revive growth.
Godrej, GST got implemented. There were some teething problems, but now what can be done in the first 6-12 months which will ensure that the tax collection, the GST rollout, which in a sense has been okay, it's not been great, it's not been perfect, could be smoothened that? I mean, where would you think government should come out and address that entire GST rollout issue?
A lot of the corrections have already been made, so I expect in NDA 2 the GST will pan out very well.
I want to go back to this slowdown aspect once again, please pardon me. And irrespective of today's mandate, do you think the slowdown what we are witnessing, at least in the categories which you are in, the consumer staple category and the durable category, do you think this is nothing else but a cyclical slowdown, or it has bearing of becoming structural before it improves?
No, I don't think it's structural at all. And I think the whole Indian economy has slowed down a bit, and this is part of that.
Global perspective, we've seen good FDI flows in last 5 years. Do you think they will only improve going forward?
Yes, I think there will be a lot of attention on India going forward with all the various issues, global issues taking place currently. I think India will be a center of attention for the world.
So actually what I wanted to talk about next, Mr. Godrej, how is it that you think that India can actually benefit from this entire US-China trade war spat which is currently on, and who knows what's going to be the resolution eventually? And do you only think that it strengthens the Make in India concept?
Well, I'm not sure whether India will benefit much from the China-US spat. The spat itself will affect the global economic growth. So to that extent, India might also get affected. But clearly, India is not involved in any such spats with any country, and India is a good place for future growth, so a lot of investments will come in. I expect FDI and FII investments into India will go up considerably.
Really appreciate your time. Thank you for your thoughts, and thank you for addressing that entire slowdown.
Good talking to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.